my name's Kez, and this is your weekly English practice from English Coaching Projects. Have a look at all of these wonderful photos. They are from Alava and Victoria Gasteiz. When I wake up, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who wakes up next to you. When I go out, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who goes along with you. And if I get drunk, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who gets drunk next to you. And if I have her, yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who's havering to you. But I will walk 500 miles and I will walk 500 miles just to be the man who walked 1,000 miles to fall down at your door when I'm working. Yeah, I know I'm gonna be the man who's working hard for you. And when the money comes in for all the work that I do, I'll pass almost every penny on to you. When I come home, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who comes back home to you. And if I grow old, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who's growing old with you. But I will walk 500 miles and I will walk 500 miles just to be the man who walked 1,000 miles to fall down at your door. I'd like to die, I'd like to die. Die-da-da-lie, da-da-lie, 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 die-die. I'd like to die, I'd like to die. Die-da-da-lie, da-da-lie, da-da-lie, die-die, die-die. Kez walks through an A to Z of Alaves villages. Do you know the wonderful song, I'm Gonna Be 500 Miles by the Proclaimers? Could ECP coach Kez go that far on his walks across Alava during this strange summer? When confinement ended and we were finally allowed to stretch our legs again, I decided that I had to make the best of this opportunity, knowing that a normal holiday was not on the cards this summer. I love the summer and I love holidays, but not having a car or a driver's license, nor even a bicycle, was definitely going to limit my journeys. Luckily, I live in Alava, and the opportunities for days out and long walks were endless. There was no specific plan in the beginning. I just wanted to get out of my flat and get some exercise. The mountains don't interest me much, so my idea was to walk along flat pathways. If you have been paying attention to our weekly English practices, you will remember that your coaches went to Mendiola, about 5 kilometers from the centre of Vitoria,
to celebrate our 10th birthday. This sparked my imagination. On this very simple stroll, we saw animals, beautiful countryside, had great food and drink, and I think we managed to disconnect from all the problems that we had been experiencing over the last few months. One previous summer holiday of mine had been spent driving all across the northern coast of Spain, towards Galicia, then down through Portugal to Lisbon, across the peninsula through Extremadura towards Peníscola, and then home to Vitoria. I wanted to experience this feeling of discovering new places again. For a long time, I have been enticed by the idea of walking the Way of St. James towards Santiago de Compostela. However, the suffering involved in walking 800 kilometers in 30 days was not really what I wanted to experience. I liked the idea of returning to my bed at the end of the day, and then the idea hit me. Why not go out and see the local villages? And that's exactly what I did. I went to Armentia, then Berasteguieta, and I thought it might be a good idea to try and walk to some of the villages in Alava from A to Z. So, Cerio, Durana, Eloriaga, and Foronda were next, although not necessarily in that order. Some of the letters of the alphabet were quite difficult. So, for example, I had to get the bus to Poes in order to get to Quintanilla de la Ribera, and when I got there were only 5 angry dogs and 2 people. I discovered that I have severe problems with vertigo as I walked the Ruta del Agua in Berganzo. I read beforehand that the route was easy, but there were areas where I was terrified. Steep cliffs to my left and water canals to my right, and paths of 30 centimetres between them. I had to crawl along some paths to get to the other side. So in total, I think that I have walked about 600 kilometres this summer, not quite as far as the 500 miles, 800 kilometres in the famous song. I got a couple of blisters, but I managed to avoid any major problems with my health and fitness. The biggest problem was the weather. Some days were incredibly hot, and although I wanted to go and walk some more, it wouldn't have been the best idea. There is a famous English saying that mad dogs and Englishmen go out in the midday sun. For once, I decided to be neither a mad dog nor an Englishman. It has been a very different summer, but for me, it has been very easy to get out and enjoy life. I hope it has been the same for you. Here are this week's questions. Do you like going for walks? Why? Why not? What's the longest journey you have been on in your life? Did you enjoy it? Why? Why not? Describe your ideal holiday. What has been the most different thing that you have done recently? Why did you do it? Have you ever walked or cycled the Way of St. James? Would you like to? What is the scariest thing that you have done in your life? Could you do it again? Why? Why not?